Lizard run up his foot and it disappeared. Everybody keeps searching everywhere.
Even back in 1954, Trinidad was something of a party capital of the English-speaking Caribbean, a place still without organized politics and awash with the Yankee dollars that had come with the U.S. military presence during World War II. The Little Sparrow enjoys a big debut singing The Parrot and the Monkey at Dirty Jim's Swizzle Club, and the following year sets the pace for what will develop into a phenomenal rate of output, writing 4 songs, Racetrack, The Missing Baby, High Cost of Living, and Ode to Princess Margaret. He records 3 songs before taking off on what becomes the most intensive training course of his life, a tour of Guyana.
It was on that tour that Sparrow sort of, I say, did his homework, and he could, you know, he could probably sing like any other Calypsonian, you know. So he learned a variety of styles. In other words, his approach was a very professional one from the very start.
Traveling mainly via boats and donkey carts, promoter Cyril Shaw's team of entertainers gladly roughs it, just thankful for the chance to perform.
One time I wake up in the middle of a cemetery. Telling you, man, we went to a place called Litchfield. But we got there in the night. It was in a school hall. The school was in the middle of a cemetery. You know how these things go. We come from Trinidad. We didn't know that. And if we know that, we were so tired, I don't think many people would have cared.
So you slept in the school?
We had that, wherever we performed, yes, that's where we slept.
Okay.
One night I remember my sneakers, we used to call it what? Calypso or washikong in them days. A rat, go in with my Calypso.
Soon, the Little Sparrow is rapidly developing 2 critical skills that will lift him above the competition and serve him through his career. One, an instinctive feel for the mood of his audience, and the other, his trademark showmanship.
We couldn't finish the tour. So we said, listen, now it's going from 2 months, 2 weeks already finished. I come sick, you're sick. Let's close the tour. Go back to Trinidad. Enter the Calypso King competition and win this time and come to Guyana. You will win. And so said, so done, he did win.
So when he came back in '56, he was in fact a transformed singer.
In the early days, my knees used to be going like this. That was really butterflies flying all over me. But nowadays, I get a little bit nervous in that you so want to, you want to put on a good show. You want to focus, and I'm a very focused individual where show is concerned. I don't make joke with that at all, and that is one of the reasons why sometimes I get myself in 1 or 2 little scrapes and so on, because I don't like no interruption when I'm out there.
Now, however, the Little Sparrow is ready for a whole new league. For 1 year, he had been performing under the sobriquet, the Little Sparrow, but now in the company of names like Terror, Bomber, Kitchener, Tiger, Lion, and Executor, the Little Sparrow proves too puny for his taste.
I tell people already it's going to be depth charge or torpedo or some kind of thing, explosion, some kind of because you see who I sing in between. They give me a name that sort of nullifies importance, right? And that's because I'm a jumping around style. All of them used to be flat-footed. That's the whole thing. When they're making a point, they had good calypsos, but they had big voice and flat-footed. Limpim pam panta pai, lepa tai tampetoy, lepa toya dai, badabadai, lampom pim pantena tai, la babatu bide, la pim pim pantoy ta tai. With me now. Pa 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 da pa da, de pa de ba da pa da, de ba 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 da be da de do. And this is what you figure. Why the hell don't you stand and sing like everybody else? keep on jumping around like a goddamn little sparrow. But then, Sparrow, what I realized that, you know, the more you try to deny and say, well, you can't call me that, I ain't like that name, is the more it will stick you and annoy you. So I decided to put Mighty to it, confuse everybody because there's nothing like a Mighty Sparrow.
He joins the original Young Brigade tent, adding drama to the cast with his rivalry with Lord Melody.
Still, I wasn't getting a chance to sing regularly. I showed loyalty to stay with you, but still not getting a chance to sing regularly. So, that's when he came with the famous announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, it have a young fella here who annoying me all the time saying he could sing. And you know it's the tradition of the Young Brigade to give a young fella a chance. If all they like him, clap. And if all they don't like him, young fella.
That year, he produces 5 calypsos: Jack Palance, Queen's Canary, Sparrow's Dream, 13-year-old Mabel, and the immortal Gene and Dinah. Gene and Dinah marks one of the movements of Calypso, speeding up the tempo from the traditional 12-bar beat and carrying an extended chorus line. Originally titled Yankees Gone, the song is first written as a commercial jingle in hopes of being sold to Salvatore, Scott and Company. But Sparrow and his ditty are ignored, and in the process, the history of Calypso is changed forever.
Well, Gene and Dinah started off as a jingle. I made that as a jingle. People may not understand why, but when you had very little to do, I walking up and down the street of Port of Spain, and all I singing was Salvatore Scott and Company, living Salvatore Scott and Company, Shabadubi, boom, boom. And I had rhythm, you know, I mean, you're like, no way, I get a little slow and things like that. And at that time, I think Melody had a thing called, Darling, I am going out shopping. Where you want me to buy you this morning? I want to make it clear, the whole box of dainty underwear. And that kind of thing. And the advertisement was more popular with me than Calypso because they hardly used to play Calypso on the radio in any significant way. And then Christo had chicken chests and all them different kind of thing, if I remember correctly, or maybe that came afterwards. So I made a song for Salvatore, Scott and Company, with Gene and Dinah, Rosita and Clementina came to me one morning after they complete their shopping. Well, they tell me, honey, I never had more luxury, more than when I stopped and went into Salvatore to shop. And then I thought it was a good, you know, to compete with the other guys. Relentlessly going like I'm persecuting the man. Then he gave me $2 and tell me, you know, what took me to cashier to give him $2. Thank you, but we don't need this song. Wow. Boy, I had these Gene and Dinah, Rosita and Clementina. That was supposed to be on par with Tom, Dick and Harry. Because, you know, the men, anytime you go in, every Tom, Dick and Harry, but I never hear any slang for Gene and for women. So Gene and Dinah, Rosita and Clementina was supposed to be, well, it was supposed to be Gene and Dinah and Rosita, but I put in Clementina there.
But you're right.
To make bars.
In an upset victory, Sparrow won the Calypso King competition and the Road March.
I didn't care to lose. I was not afraid to lose. That's, I think, that's the whole thing. I wasn't afraid. Not I didn't want to win, but I wasn't afraid to lose. When I started to realize it's me that they're applauding and things, I take my hat and I throw it in the air and I start to give them more action and things, and, well, it's more applause. Then boy and then didn't have a chance that night, you know.
Monday morning, Juve, the procedure was when the king wins his crown this Sunday night, they put on his crown on him and he parades, and Monday morning he paraded in tongue, all over tongue and all over, and then for the 2 days he's the king, you know what I mean? So I was standing, I told you, at the corner of Shotgun Street under Bayview Marshall there, and he was on the opposite side, and he spotted me, and he ran across the road. This time he have an entourage with him, you know, the usual thing. He's the king. So when he come up with you, he hugged me up, he said, "Oh God, sir, I catch them. I said, "Well, I'm glad for you, boy."
The Mighty Sparrow's double victory reverberates all over the region, and soon he is the most sought Calypsonian on the circuit. He returns to Guyana and then goes off to St. Thomas, where he scores another double, winning the first St. Thomas International Calypso King and Road March contest. But popularity alone is not enough for him, and soon the freshly crowned king is beginning to buck the system and shake up the establishment in a quest to seal a better deal for Calypso.